So let's have a look at example 31. It says here, work out the exact value of sine of 13 pi on 12. So the trick for this question is that, well, 13 pi on 12 isn't one of the nice angles that we can easily find the exact values of, nice angles being like pi on 3, pi on 4, or pi on 6. So the trick is, can we break apart 13 pi on 12 into the sum or difference of those nice angles? In fact, we can. So 13 pi on 12 can be broken down into 10 pi on 12 plus 3 pi on 12, which is simplified to 5 pi on 6 plus pi on 4. So 5 pi on 6 is one of the nice angles, like pi on 6, and pi on 4 is another nice angle. If you're not confident with splitting fraction radians, that's okay. You would just do a little side calc to change it into degrees and see if you can notice the special angles, the 30, 60, 45 degree angles from the degrees. So if you decide to change it into degrees, 13 pi on 12 is actually 195 degrees. So what screams at you is that definitely 45 degrees can be taken away from 195 degrees, which gives us 150 left. And 150 is a nice angle because that's only 30 away from 180 degrees, a half cycle. So we can then break apart 195 degrees into 45 degrees plus 150 degrees. Now, because we've got a sum of angles, we can then choose to use the sine of the sum of the angles. So you would go to your formula sheet and pick out the sine of the sum of the angles, which is the first one here, and then we can copy that from the formula sheet and apply it to our situation. So using the formula, sine of A plus B is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. For us, A and B is whichever order it is. So our A can be 5 pi on 6 and our B can be pi on 4. So in other words, we have that. So therefore, sine of 13 pi on 12 is the same as sine of 5 pi on 6 plus pi on 4, which means we can break that apart into sine of A, so that's sine of 5 pi on 6 times cosine of B, which is pi on 4, plus cosine of A, so A is 5 pi on 6 times sine of B, which is pi on 4, and then we can just use CAST to work out those values for us. So 5 pi on 6, so CAST, 5 pi on 6 is in quadrant 2, so that's 5 pi on 6. We still have a pi on 6 left over. It's in the S quadrant, so it will be positive sine of pi on 6. Pi on 4 is in the quadrant 1, so that's fine. Everything's positive there. For cosine, in the second quadrant, it's going to be negative. So it's going to be negative cos of that small angle pi on 6 times sine of pi on 4. So sine of pi on 6, sine of 30 degrees is 1/2, times cosine is root 2 on 2, minus cos of 30 degrees, cos of pi on 6 is root 3 on 2, multiplied by sine of pi on 4 is root 2 on 2. So simplifying, that gives us root 2 minus root 6 on 4. And there's nothing much which we can really simplify, and we'll just leave it at